Hi, I'm Delusion Dispeller, and I recently got an email from one of my viewers that was very, very interesting. She asked several really good questions. So rather than just write back to her, I am going to, without mentioning names, I'm going to share her questions here and answer them in case any of you have considered asking me the same things, or maybe ask yourself some of these things. So here we go. The first question is, can a narcissist be really funny with a great sense of humor? Yes, I believe they can. Some sources say that narcissists are very humorless and have really odd senses of humor. But it depends, just like anything else, on the individual narcissist. The narcissistic ex-husband did not have that great of a sense of humor. But yeah, we had some times when we laughed. The narcissistic ex-mentor, the woman, had a riot of a sense of humor. I mean, she made me laugh so hard that I thought I was going to lose control, if you get my drift. That can happen. They can be very witty. They can be very humorous and fun. They can. I don't know that all of them are, but the two that I dealt with had fairly good senses of humor. The woman more than the man. Next, why does the narcissist seem to really love and get along with their same gender friends? Whether a male with a male, female with a female. I think the reason for this is that if the friends that they're getting along with are not the target of the moment, they can have at least superficial friendships with people. They can hang out and seem to be laughing it up and having a good time. If you're their target, then of course they go from the idealization to the devaluing stage. For one thing, for a narcissist, it's very tired when they find their target to keep up the facade for very long. So if you think about it, if they were going to do this with every single person they met, they would burn out. So I don't think they do that with all people. I think they just target one in particular person, and the rest of the people they get along fine with. At least that's been my experience. The next thing, is narcissistic personality disorder comorbid with pornography and sexual addictions and other sexual deviance? It seems to be, at least with the males that I know of, it seems to be comorbid, which means it occurs at the same time with the narcissism, the porn and the narcissism occurring together. You have to remember that narcissists live in fantasy, and porn is very fantastical to them. For one thing, they really believe that those women are enjoying what's happening to them. Now, if you study deeper into porn and talk to some people that really know more about it, they will tell you those women are being abused on the set off camera. They are being bribed. They're being drugged. They are not enjoying what's happening to them, no matter what they tell you. They're great liars, great deceivers. But for a narcissist watching porn, since they live in fantasy, they really convince themselves that that woman wants them, that she's enjoying what's happening to her, etc. So yes, okay, let's see. Nervous habits, like biting the lip, jiggling the leg, fiddling, whatever. Could this be part of narcissistic personality or just anxiety, like a motor agitation? That's a good question, and again, I think it depends on the narcissist. I think I've seen a lot of narcissists be very fidgety and pace a lot. That's what I've seen. They do bite their lip a lot. They do that kind of thing. Play with their hair like I'm doing. I'm looking at the camera going, oh, there's a hair sticking up, which drives me crazy. But I think narcissists do that out of anxiety. Most narcissists I've met have probably a diagnosis of anxiety and depression, both. And you can imagine if they're trying to keep up a facade, they would be very anxious that somebody's going to see through their little antics. And they would be depressed because they keep driving people away and they can't figure out why. So yes, I think that it's a mixture of all of those. Next, their relationship with money. Good question. My narcissistic ex-husband was enthralled with money, obsessed with money, and really believed that he could become a millionaire. His relationship with money was his be-all and end-all of everything. If I wasn't doing anything, I had to be making money for him, going on the internet, selling things. We went to craft shows and sold things. It was always money, 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 money was everything and still is to him. So they're obsessed with it. That would be their relationship with it. And let's see. that was those questions. Let me see this last one here. Researching about narcissistic personality disorder. Is it healthy to do that, or isn't it? I think it's healthy until it becomes an obsession of yours to where you're putting off everything else other than doing all this research. I know I researched it a lot. That's how I got into doing what I do. If you're searching for answers of why was he or she exhibiting this behavior, I think it's healthy. If it becomes something that consumes your life day in and day out, and you're not going to school and doing what you need to do with your studies, you're not interacting with your children, it consumes your every thought, that's obviously not healthy. So if you're doing that, then it's time to go see a therapist, get on some medicine, possibly to slow down your brain and relax yourself and be able to think one thought at a time and not be obsessed over this whole thing. That's not healthy. So anyway, I mean, there's going to be a mourning period. Let yourself mourn and grieve over it, but it should not last a long, long, long time, like years and years. You should be past it probably. Well, they say it says it takes 21 days to make or break a habit. But maybe this would take a little bit longer than 21 days. Maybe a few months, maybe a year at the most. But I don't know that anybody that I've talked to has really had an intense longing for this person when they really knew what was going on, like far past a year. So, all things in balance. That's really what's important. You want the balance. So I hope that answers some of your questions. Please feel free to send me more. I love answering your questions. I like having you watch me and learn from me and spread the word all over what these people do, and that it's not our fault, and that these people really do have a problem. So thanks so much to that inquirer and that viewer for sending me those questions. I hope that answered some of your questions and made things a little bit clearer. Have a great day, and stay tuned for more delusion.